I don't want to spend another lonely night. Ooh. I've got the lights turned up, the doors locked, the bedroom TV's on. Doing the only thing that gets me through the night since you've been gone. Praying for daylight, waiting for that morning sun, so I can act like my whole life ain't going wrong. Baby, come back to me, I swear I'll make it right. Don't make me spend another lonely night praying for daylight, praying for daylight. I made a bad miscalculation, betting you would never leave. 'Cause if you're getting on with your new life, then where does that leave me? Praying for daylight, waiting for that morning sun, so I can act like my whole life ain't going wrong. Baby, come back to me, I swear I'll make it right. Don't make me spend another lonely night praying for daylight, praying for daylight, praying for daylight, praying for daylight, hoping that I didn't wait too long. But this is just the dawn before the dawn. Deep in my heart, I know that you love me as much as I love you. You know I love you, girl. And that you must be lying somewhere looking up to heaven too. Praying for daylight, waiting for that morning sun, so I can act like my whole life ain't going wrong. Baby, come back to me, I swear I'll make it right. Don't make me spend another lonely night praying for daylight, waiting for that morning sun, so I can act like my whole life ain't going wrong. Baby, come back to me, I swear I'll make it right. Don't make me spend another lonely night praying for daylight, praying for daylight. I don't want to spend another lonely night. I don't want to spend another lonely night praying for daylight, spend another lonely night. Ooh, praying for daylight.
There are things in life you learn, and in time you'll see. 'Cause out there somewhere, it's all waiting if you keep believing. So don't run, don't hide, it will be alright. You'll see, trust me, I'll be there watching over you. Just take a look through my eyes. There's a better place somewhere out there. Just take a look through my eyes. is you if you keep believing. So don't run, don't hide, it will be alright. You'll see, trust me, I'll be there watching over you. Just take a look through my eyes. There's a better place somewhere out there. Just take a look through my eyes. Everything changes, you'll be amazed what you'll find. There's a better place if you look through my eyes. All the things that you can change, there's a meaning in everything, and you will find all you need. There's so much to understand. Take a look through my eyes. There's a better place somewhere out there. Just take a look through my eyes. Everything changes. You'll be amazed what you'll find. You'll be amazed what you'll just take a look through my eyes. There's a better place somewhere out there. Just take a look through my eyes. Everything changes. You'll be amazed what you'll find. You'll find a better place. Through my eyes. Just take a look through my eyes. If you look through my eyes. Take a look through my eyes.
Sometimes we make it harder than it is. We'll take a perfect night and fill it up with words we don't mean. Dark side's best unseen, and we wonder why we're feeling this way. Sometimes I wonder if we really feel the same, why we can be unkind, questioning the strongest of hearts. That's when we must start believing in the one thing that has gotten us this far. That's what love is for, to help us through it. That's what love is for, nothing else.
When you get a haircut, be sure to go back home. When you get a haircut, get a barber you have known. Since you were a little bitty boy sitting in a booster chair, or you might look like Larry Moe or Curly if a stranger cuts your hair. Well, Butte, Montana, just passing through. One thing I just had to do, had to get a haircut, and I was worried for my hair. Oh, I had a feeling of impending doom the minute I stepped into that room, laid my eyes upon that barber chair. There was a macho barber shop. Hair dryers were mounted on a rifle rack. There were no mirrors. The barber chair was a Peterbilt. Barber walked in, he was huge, 7 feet tall, 300 pounds of spring steel and rawhide, wearing a hard hat and chewing a cigar. Had on a t-shirt that said, "I hate musicians." Threw me in the chair, sneered, and said, "What'll it be, pal?" Now, a lot of people would be intimidated in a situation like this. I was not. I am what I am, played my piano and sing my little songs. I looked him right in the eye and I said, "I'm a logger. Yeah, just in from Coos Bay, Oregon. Been topping trees. Quite possibly the toughest man in the entire world." He said, "All right." He gave me a haircut. I walked out of there, friends, my hair was gone. Made Kojak look like William Lee Golden. Yeah, had a tremendous craving to operate heavy equipment. Now, you might think that that Butte, Montana haircut's the worst any man could ever get. Wrong. Well, a few months later, I was way down south, grits and gravy and a hush-show mouth. Hair so long, I'm starting to look like a man in drag. It was then that the sheriff walked up and said, "Hey, boy, you got too much hair on that head. You better get yourself a haircut or a dog tag." Well, when I stepped into the shop, I realized immediately that I was dealing with a born-again barber. Don't see too many barber shops with a steeple. Had an organ in the corner, a choir. An usher led me to the barber chair. The barber walked in and started saying grace. "Oh, Lord, for these haircuts we're about to receive, may we be truly thankful. Dominus possum pox probiscus postmortem et tu brute puella carborundum." He was sort of half Baptist and half Catholic. Maybe a Cathist. Anyway, he started cutting my hair and preaching at the same time. I mean, he's a wild man. Scissors and razors are flying around my head. He's talking about the evils of dancing and drinking and liquor and sex and wild women and music and the music business. Then he looked down at me and said, "What do you do for a living?" Now, I'm not ashamed of what I do for a living. Work in bars and casinos, around liquor and wild women. Hey, I just play my piano, sing my little songs. I looked him right in the eye and I said, "I run this church for loggers." When you get a haircut, be sure to go back home. When you get a haircut, get a barber you have known. Since you were a little bitty boy sitting in a booster chair, or you might look like Larry Moe or Curly if a stranger cuts your hair. Oh yeah.
Each day to the steps of St. Paul's, the little old bird woman comes in her own special way to the people she calls. Come buy my bags full of crumbs. Come feed the little bird, show them you care, and you'll be glad if you do. Their young ones are hungry, their nests are so bare. All it takes is tuppence from you. Feed the birds Tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. Feed the birds, that's what she cries, while overhead her birds fill the skies. All around the cathedral, the saints and apostles look down as she sells her wares. Although you can't see it, you know they are smiling each time someone shows that he cares. Though her words are simple and few, listen, listen, she's calling to you. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. Her words are simple and few. Listen, listen, she's calling to you. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a
Christopher Robin and I walked along under branches lit up by the moon, posing our questions to Owl and Dior as our days disappeared all too soon. But I've wandered much further today than I should, and I can't seem to find my way back to the one. So help me if you can, I've gotta get back to the house at Bull Corner by 1. You'd be surprised, there's so much to be done. Count all the bees in the hive, chase all the clouds from the sky, back to the days of Christopher Robin.
Doesn't know what to do, got a honey jar stuck on his nose.
He came to me asking help and advice. From here no one knows where he goes. So I sent him to ask of the owl if he's there, how to loosen a jar from the nose of a bear. Help me if you can, I've gotta get back to the house, Bull Corner by 1. You'd be surprised, there's so much to be done. Count all the bees in the hive, chase all the clouds from the sky, back to the days of Christopher Robin. It's hard to explain how a few precious things seem to follow throughout all our lives. After all said and done, I was watching my son sleeping there with my bear by his side. So I tucked him in, I kissed him, and as I was gone, I'd swear that old bear whispered, "Boy, welcome home." Believe me if you can, I've finally come back to the house at Blue Corn about one. And what do you know? There's so much to be done. Count all the bees in the hive, chase all the clouds from the sky, back to the days of Christopher Robin, to the ways of Christopher Robin, to the days of
Winds in the east, mist coming in, like something is brewing, about to begin. Can't put my finger on what lies in store, but I feel what's to happen, or happened before.